This is kind of exciting. Except for this guy over here walking a dog. I'm the only person here. And it feels great just to have it to myself, no tourists. But the Washington Monument apparently was built around 1848, or it was begun then. And they had massive problems completing it due to war things and economic things. And so halfway up, not even halfway, there is you can see the colour of the stone changes there. Because it was a stump for a while. They just left it as a stump. and you just had the Washington stump for about 30 years, I think. There it is. I'm putting my gloves back on again. It's too cold to have them off. Hang on, let me feel this. It's so funny. It's at the bottom. It feels like it's a solid thing, which of course it is. But then the higher up you go, energetically, it becomes more ornamental and less serious somehow. It's like, hey, we finished it. Hey, we did it. Look, it's here. That kind of thing. So the base was done with the right intentions. It was supposed to be some kind of tribute to George Washington, the first US president. And then, and so they got so far, which is true. And then that was all done very seriously. In the completed bit, the bit they did later, it doesn't have the same intention or the same gravitas that the bottom part does at all. The bottom part is deadly serious. The top part is like, ooh, we got it done, great, now we have something to look at. Like that. Done for show, done for entertainment, done for pleasure, done, that kind of energy. This is one of the noisiest places on earth. You've not only got aircraft taking off from the airport all the time, but also sirens every minute of every day. Yike-a-roo. I don't know how people survive here, frankly. It's so noisy. I would say if you do decide to come to Washington, D.C., and you're not really big on walking, then I would budget for not only extra taxes on your hotels, which are extortionate, but I also budget for Ubers or Lyfts. Something whereby you can be ferried from one attraction to the next. Because I like walking, and I'm fine with this, but I can imagine how this would defeat most people. Or drive, if you have a car. But really, this is extremely taxing. And it takes a lot of energy to get from one place to the next. But the reward is that when you get here, ta-da! There is the Lincoln Memorial. Also, another thing I would say, remember to pee whenever and wherever you can before you start on your walk. Because if you have a coffee like I did, then by the time you've got somewhere like the Lincoln Memorial, you are bursting. There's a lot of water here that I could successfully pee in and nobody would notice, but I am getting quite desperate. Now, if my memory serves me correctly, Abraham Lincoln was assassinated in 1865, and there were moves to build a memorial after that. But it took years, as everything does, years and years and years of arguing and disputes over, I think, location and design and size and money and everything. And I don't think they got it done until the 1920s, maybe something like that. But it's certainly well worth it. It's very, very imposing. And he basically is looking over the reflecting pool all the way to the Washington Monument. There's a very irritating woman on the other side of this pillar taking one flash photo after another. I may not ever get that off my retinas, but okay, let's touch the Lincoln Memorial and see what I get. I can do it with my gloves on, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, it's like one of those old 3D effects you used to have in the movies in the 1970s, where they would just take the picture and duplicate it and move it around. Like they'd have 3 versions of the same picture on the screen and just move it around, so it was all blurred, like somebody was in a trance or somebody was drugged or something and stumbling along. They used to do that in movies. It's a bit like that. At least 3 or 4, perhaps 3 different versions of this superimposed, one on top of the other, and moving around. It's like being dizzy, having vertigo. Whoa. This was born in confusion. I know it seems pretty solid now and a real iconic monument, but this was born of confusion for sure. This was all over the place. It's funny, you see the result and you go, wow, somebody had a vision, somebody did it with a solid intention, but no, this was all over the place. And the fact that it looks as good as it does and is as imposing as it is remarkable and almost an accident, actually. There are a lot of people contributing to this, and a lot of people arguing, and a lot of people who didn't know what they wanted, and as a result, it's almost like I have vertigo right now. It's almost like I could stumble over there and fall over. Whoa! Wow! Yeah. So the underlying intention of this was not together at all, not cohesive, not commendable in any way you'd think it would be, but it's not. So I'm actually going to have to go and sit down somewhere because I'm feeling all woozy now. Yeah, that's not happened to me before. I've got to go and sit down. Sorry. Okay, I'm better now. Slightly, but it's like I've just woken up from a drunken haze or something, and I had too many vodkas last night or whatever. Something like that. Yike. Yeah, there was no cohesion with the building of that or the planning of that. It was all messy and argumentative and full of tension. And as I said, it's remarkable that this thing turned out as well as it did. And just an accident. I don't think they can believe how well it turned out, frankly. Well, okay. I now need food, so I've got to go and look for that. But fascinating all the same. I'm just going to stumble back and try and find somewhere to have a pee because I'm really desperate now. Sorry, too much information.